So the principles of rent collection, any communication process is to be clear about the tenancy agreement says this, be fair, and understand the person you're talking to, understand the reason they may have paid late. It's important to know that. You don't know everything. There's always two sides to a story, so listen and understand and communicate. So create the good relationships, even if rent is late. Do make sure that you create good relationships with your tenants. Here is an example of perhaps a rent collection process that you might want to implement. So the benefits of a process, you haven't got to think too hard about what your next step is. You just know what your next step is because you've thought about it, you designed your process, and that's what you do. So number one, check the rent is received on a due date. After 3 days, if it hasn't been received, send your first reminder. After 7 days, send your second reminder. 14 days, your final warning. 21 days, perhaps talk about legal notices, and 30 days, perhaps start that process of legal action. Talk to the guarantor. It may be during your referencing process or during your onboarding, you have got a guarantor that's guaranteeing the rent. We normally talk to them at day 14 because that's the point at which they are legally obliged in our guarantor agreement to step in and pay the rent on the tenant's behalf. So that's an example of a process. And once they do pay, they may have just forgotten. So the first text normally, or first call normally sorts it out. Sorry, I forgot, da da da. But do thank them because you want to create that relationship again. Thank you for your payment. Please can you make sure it's on time next time, etc.